Going to ride with for probably 10 years with an incredibly low ceiling.
I've been wanting to say this for so long now, but ceilings don't exist.
Fairy dust. It doesn't exist.
Beginning during the pre-draft discussions, post-draft discussions, preseason, the beginning of the regular season as well, it seems like every single video, clip, show, anything talking about Mac Jones always included the fact that he has a low ceiling. And the funny thing is, I feel like before Mac Jones, I had never heard this term used, at least not this extensively, about any NFL player ever. It seems like this just became a trendy thing to say. One person probably started it, and then everybody just hopped onto this idea that every single quarterback has a maximum ability and they can never ever surpass that, and it's just a stupid idea. And let me just start off by saying there is no limit to how bad Mac Jones' career can go, and there's also no limit to how great it can go. That's just the way the world works. Anything is possible. Mac Jones could get injured and never play again. That's the floor. He might just do nothing from this point forward. And also, he could go on to be the best quarterback of all time. Anybody can, because we live in a world where anything is possible. Now let's just talk about how stupid this ceiling idea is, okay? Let's start with the guy, Tom Brady, 6th round pick, limited arm strength, unathletic, coming out of college. They would have been saying he has a low ceiling, and he went on to win 7 Super Bowls so far, 3 MVPs so far, and 14 Pro Bowls so far. Another example, Johnny Unitas, 9th round pick. They don't even have those anymore. Limited talent coming out of college. Did he have a low ceiling? I'm sure they would have said it. 3-time champion, 3-time MVP, 10-time Pro Bowler. Okay, next up, Tony Romo, undrafted. Limited arm strength coming out of college, modest talent. They would have definitely said he had a low ceiling. 4-time Pro Bowler. He probably had the worst career out of any of these guys, and he was undrafted. I mean, he played well above expectations. One of the best quarterbacks in the league for quite a while when he was the starter for the Cowboys. Drew Brees, 2nd round pick, limited talent, lacks arm strength, too short, product of his college system. They would have said he had a low ceiling. As a matter of fact, they pretty much did, in other words. 1-time champion, 7-time passing yards leader, 13-time Pro Bowler, great career. I think the talent level and also the things we're hearing about Mac Jones are very, very similar to the things we heard about Drew Brees. And then last but not least, I think the best comparison of a great quarterback to Mac Jones, not saying he's going to be this good, but just best comparison right now, Joe Montana, 3rd round pick, limited arm strength, high accuracy though, but they would have said he has a low ceiling. He had that high accuracy, but the very limited arm strength. That was what they said coming out of college about Joe Montana. 4-time Super Bowl champion, 2-time MVP, and 8-time Pro Bowler. I think Drew Brees and Joe Montana are the best comparisons to Mac Jones as far as talent level and in general just the things they were saying about them. Now let's talk about how things are going amongst the rookie quarterbacks so far. We're not including Trey Lance because he doesn't have enough stats to really show up on the list here, but this is according to Pro Football Focus. Keep in mind that all 3 of these guys outside of Mac Jones were taken before him. Most of you probably know that, but there might be somebody who doesn't. Pro Football Focus grades, the number 1 out of the rookies is Mac Jones with an 84 overall grade through 8 games. He's 11th overall amongst all starting quarterbacks. Zach Wilson is number 2 with, get this, a 59.5. Look at the difference between 84 and 59.5. 29th in the league amongst starters. Okay, number 3, Trevor Lawrence, number 1 overall pick, 58.1, 31st amongst starting quarterbacks. And then number 4, who a lot of people thought we should have tried to trade up and get instead, Justin Fields in last place, 55.7, 34th. There's been 2 guys who came in for their starters and have played better than Justin Fields. He's the worst amongst all quarterbacks who have enough stats to even show up on the list. So just really abysmal. Now you might be wondering, Mac Jones is 11th. So where does he rank amongst, number 12, 13, 14, and number 10, 9? Who are those guys? So let's work our way up the list here. Mac Jones, number 11, 84. Right above him, only coming in with a 0.7 grade higher, Josh Allen, number 10, one of the most elite quarterbacks in the league right now. Surely one of the most talented, 84.7. Mac Jones right behind him at an 84. Number 9, Lamar Jackson with an 85.4. His running ability definitely helps him out there on the Pro Football Focus overall offensive grades because he has that really good running and passing grades. That combination there adds to a higher overall grade, obviously. Who's behind Mac Jones here? Overall, Matthew Stafford, one spot behind Mac Jones at number 12 with an 83.2. He's lighting it up for the Rams. Matthew Stafford is playing out of control good. Number 13, Dak Prescott, 83 overall. 1 overall below Mac Jones. Very, very close, but Dak Prescott is 2 spots below him with an 83. Number 14, Matt Ryan, 82.6. And then number 15, Aaron Rodgers with an 81.3. Right now, through 8 weeks, and by the way, most of Mac Jones' grade is coming from the past 4 weeks because the first 4 weeks was not nearly this good. So his past 4 weeks have been so good that it's made up for those first 4 weeks. So overall, he is listed right here. This is the people he's in the discussion with right now through 8 games. Do I expect it to stay this way? I don't know. It could stay this way, or he could even climb higher with a few more really good games, or he could go lower with a few rookie-like games. So this is just right now through 8 weeks. We've just crossed over the halfway mark of the season, and there's a lot more football to go. But right now, his first 8 games, this is where he ranks, and I would say it's a really good start. So this has all really just caused me to question why a guy who played so well in college, who has such a huge chip on his shoulder, has consistently been shrugged off amongst all of the rookie quarterbacks, let alone the young quarterbacks in the NFL right now, because I think it's safe to say for now that amongst his own draft class, he's at the top of it. I mean, as far as potential and current play. So I think the discussion now needs to be more, where does Mac Jones compare to Justin Herbert looking forward? Where does Mac Jones compare to Joe Burrow looking forward? Where does he compare to Kyler Murray looking forward? Things of that nature, looking at the past 3 draft classes, not this one, because right now it's pretty clear who's the front runner in this current draft class. Now, that's not to say that all of these guys outside of Mac Jones are just going to be bad and none of them are going to improve. Again, ceilings don't exist. Any of these guys could end up being great. Any of these guys could end up being better than Mac Jones. Any of these guys could have, like, no career at all. They could just totally do nothing. There is limitless opportunities in this world, and there's really no limit to anything, in my opinion. That's how I look at it. Now, obviously, if you're missing both arms, you might not have great potential at quarterback. That might give you a ceiling, okay? But looking at a guy who has all of the tools available, and by the way, people can improve. Now we've watched games where he threw back-to-back 45-yard passes, once against the Jets and now once against the Chargers, and people were questioning if he could even make a deep throw, and he's throwing these things laser accurate. I mean, not even compared to rookies, but compared to veterans, it's impressive. So the ceiling doesn't exist, and if it did, he's through it already. With that being said, let me know if you agree. Leave a like down below and leave a comment down below if you agree. And if you disagree, also leave a comment down below and let me know why. Be sure to subscribe for the best Patriots content on YouTube. I'll see you guys in the next video.